All right, so first and foremost, I want to start off by saying Barakathon, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah. And I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And shout out to the hopeful left star out the 144,000. Shalom. All right, so this lesson came through spirit because I was watching a lesson at Elder Apostle Arumlad, and he ended up he was saying, like Jake got that Stockholm syndrome. And I remember a while back at his camp, me and the brothers did, I had mentioned this as well, that, Jake got that Stockholm syndrome, right? So Lord willing, we're going to go into it to bring out a few scriptures, right? First, before I read that definition, I want to go to Baruch, because you got to understand, right? Deuteronomy 28:68, it tells you, man, let me see, let's go here, right? Deuteronomy 28:68, right? This is when, we're getting the, I read Deuteronomy 28:15 real fast, right? It says, but it shall come to pass, thou wilt not hearken to the voice of the Lord, thy power, right? And this is when, the Most High saved, Israel from Egypt, right? And, and we're in the wilderness and whatnot, and Most High He giving us the laws and commandments through Moses. And, the seed go from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right? So we're promised the things, we promised the land, we promised all these things, right? And Most High telling us, right, we receive these things if we listen to if we hearken to His voice and do these commandments, right? And a quick thing, one quick thing too, they didn't go through the Red Sea, right? I think they went to the Gulf of Suez, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, all right, Gulf of Suez and the Gulf of Aqaba. It was like around in there, right? They didn't necessarily go through the Red Sea, but that's a lesson for another day, right? But this is Deuteronomy 28:6. Deuteronomy 28:15 says, but it shall come to pass if thou wilt not hearken to the voice of the Lord thy power, right? So He's telling us that if we listen, we gonna get the promises, right? The promises, the land, things of such, right? Romans 9:4, right? But if we don't listen, right? He said, but if thou wilt not hearken to the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe to do all this, the Lord Yahweh thy power, to do all His commandments and statutes I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. And that's what people don't understand. We're living under the curses, man. Right? I ain't gonna say most. A lot of people don't understand how much we live under the curses. Right? They are trying to build these fancy lives, trying to do all these things. We don't understand that, we're under the curses, man. Right? They try to match their lives with Esau, looking at Esau things they have, not understanding that, this is Esau's blessing. This is Esau's birthright, man. This is what Esau was blessed with, the fatness of the earth, the sword. They're supposed to have these things. It's for us to endure the suffering, endure this pain, endure the hardship of this place, right? Because that's what's going to make us perfect through the Spirit and power of Habashim Hashah, as the scripture tells us. Or we're being made perfect through our sufferings. Purging not the way of this world, purging not the wickedness, purging not the free will to go ahead and do whatever we want to do and rehearse the righteous act of doing the will of Habashim Hashah, man. Right? Judges 5:11. Or we rehearsing the righteous act. No, we're not perfect, right? But we're scribing the law as best of our abilities, right? And understanding the faith and grace of Habashim Hashah. Understand the true knowledge, the true understanding, our true history, not the way that Esau teaches, right, with Jake and that Stockholm syndrome. Understand the true knowledge and understanding, not giving in to the ways of the wicked, not giving into the ways, not giving into their ways, or finding their lifestyle alluring, right? Wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove, because they trying to control you, man. But Jake don't get it that way, because Jake and that Stockholm syndrome, right? But right, so Most High told us, if we don't do His commandments, all these curses will come upon us, right? Let's go to Deuteronomy 28:68, right? He said, and the Lord Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again, right? Exodus 22, what? It said Egypt representing what? The house of bondage, who was enslaved there, right? So He's saying, the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again, bring you to slavery again with ships, right? So who came over here on ships, man? The so-called African Americans, which are who, right? The Hebrew Israelites, right? He said, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. And then even understand with Ephraim. Understand how Ephraim got over here, man. Ephraim came over here on hardship. A hurricane hit. They ended up coming over here looking for work, right? And then, they end up getting drafted into war things. It was like, 20,000 Puerto Ricans drafted into war. Things and such, man. You got to understand the prophecy and see how things line up to where we are today, right? Understand we're getting closer and closer to our deliverance as well, right? But understanding that, man, we're we're in the land of our enemies, we're in the land of we're in captivity, man. This is bondage to us, right? But He said, by the way thereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. There you should be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen. No man shall buy you. That no man shall buy you means no man shall save you. Nobody gonna come and save us. Only we're gonna be delivered is through spirit of power, Yahweh Shah. And we know throughout slavery, that plantation, Christianity, all these things come about to control Jake mind, man. Right? Even Willie Lynch, right? He got an article making other slaves, right? And one of the things he said is what, don't hurt the body, just control the mind. If you can control the minds of the people, you can control them. And that's their whole narrative. That's why they cut all these lines, these line wonders and trap. But like the Apostle Rahman, he was just saying, hey, that's why the Most High has an elect, man. Isaiah 1:9. If it wasn't for that remnant, the elect, we should be like unto Sodom and Gomorrah, because the elect obtain the knowledge of Yahweh Shah. Romans 11:7. The elect have that understanding to know the things that Yahweh Shah made known unto us through the Spirit, right? Through the Spirit. See, most people are not spiritual, man. They're carnal, right? So they can't receive these things. They're so caught up. That's why America is the melting pot, man. That's why America is known as the melting pot. Because this place ain't doing nothing but tearing down Jake more and more. Because Jake loved and allured into the ways. They see Esau power. They see the things that Esau got. And they fear Esau more than they fear Yahweh Shah. Right? But see Jake don't have the understanding of the knowledge that's in the Bible, man. Because if you understand, Psalm 17 tell you that the power that Esau had, the Most High gave it to him. Right? Jeremiah 51. Right? The Most High have made them a golden cup. He have made Babylon a golden cup in his hand. Psalm 17 from people that are your sword, man. See, Jake don't understand that, right? But, because Jake in that Stockholm syndrome. But this is Baruch 2, right? And 29. So after we go, one of the curses also will be scattered to the four corners of the earth, man. Right? So I start 29 says, if you will not hear my voice, surely this very great multitude shall be turned to a small number among the nations where I will scatter them. Right? So because Israel, matter of fact, if I go to that, I'm gonna go to Isaiah 10 in verse 20. Right? It says, and it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them. Who is that? Edomites, man. Right? Isaiah 14, who stroked the people in the continual wrath, who spoke the people and was stroked continual wrath. Since slavery, even now they're getting shot down, getting killed out in the streets. Right, all the hardship they make, how they make the lifestyle for the people, is all the controls, all to put you in a bind, put you in a trap, so that you can fear them more and more and fall into their ways, right? The main thing, I ain't playing with the white man, or I'm just gonna do what the white man say. That's how they gonna get you with that chip, right? You ain't gonna be able to do this, you ain't gonna be able to do that, man. I'm gonna just get the chip. So you know what I'm saying, right? Jake got that Stockholm syndrome. They start seeing the good in Esau's wickedness, man. Once again, that's why America is this melting pot. That's why the Most High is going to destroy this place, right? That's why He's going to come destroy this place, and Jake right along with it, because you chose the fear of them rather than chose the fear of Yahweh Shah, man. You chose the fear of Esau rather than choose the fear of Yahweh Shah, because you despise the prophet, the ones who telling you, the ones who out on the highway, and there's no excuse because we on the highways and byways doing videos and all these things to tell you, man, right? Hey, you the chosen one. You the chosen people of Yahweh Shah, right? Get out the way of these people. Return back. Right? You will understand. Once you come to the truth, you will understand. Once you in the spiritual eye, but once you in this truth, you will understand more and more how ignorant and how dumb Jake is. And so you start understanding that the truth is only for the elect. Because you get displaying things that are plain unto the holy, but it's a stumbling block to the wicked. Really paraphrasing, what is that? Book of Sirach 39:24. Because Jake so confused to the damn to the smallest things, man. But the fences officer said, "Thou shalt no more again stay upon him that smote him," was Esau Edom, "but shall stay upon the Lord Yahweh, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. The remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty power. For though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return." Right? Because when Jacob went into Genesis, when Jacob went into Egypt, right? He told him, right? Don't be scared to go into there. I'll multiply your seed. What is that? That's around about verse 40s. Yeah, right here, Genesis 46, right? I started verse 2, right? And it said, and Yahweh spake unto Israel in the vision of the night and said, "Jacob, Jacob." And he said, "Here I am." Right? He said, I am power, the power of thy father. I am Yahweh, the power of thy father. Fear not to go down to Egypt, for I will make of thee, for I will make there thee, slack, for I will there make thee of, I will slack it, for I will there make of thee a great nation, right? And tell him he'll make him a great nation, right? So he gonna expand his seed, make him a great nation, right? And he promised them the things that was promised to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right? So going back to Isaiah 10, right? And verse 22, it says, for though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, because Jacob's name was changed to Israel after he rested the angel, right? Israel meaning prince of power. But that Genesis 32 and 28, right? For though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return. Romans 11 and 7, right? The people have not obtained, but the election have obtained it, right? He said, the consumption decree shall overflow with righteousness, for the Lord Yahweh of hosts shall make a consumption, even determine in the midst of all the land. Because you got to understand, only the elect going to see these things, man. Because Jake in that Stockholm syndrome, Jake caught up in that melting pot, right? Which is America tearing them down, breaking their bones, right? Destroying them, having them fall in love more and more into the ways of this world, which is going to lead them into total destruction, man, right? Because before I even get, I'm gonna read this real fast. Baruch 2. Let's see. Baruch 2, right? Going back to Baruch 2, and now I'm at verse 30, right? He said, for I knew that they would not hear me because it is a stiff-necked people. But because you got to think, man, Jake moving the lust. Jake got the lust of eyes, man. That's why when you come to the truth, yeah, how he said was that John 14 or maybe John 15, he was saying, right? Love not the world, anything in the world. It's John 15. Love not the world, anything in the world, right? Because everything's in the world, the lust of eyes. They see the car, they see the fancy house, they see all these things, right? It's like in Luke 14 when they was preparing the dinner, he telling them to come, and all these people got all these different things they got to do instead of coming, right? So all these people, they put all these things before you, how about you, how shot, because they have the lust of eyes. They want to look good in the sight of men instead of being seen, and instead of being esteemed honorable in the sight of how about you, how shot. You right? They want to have the money, they want to have the clothes, they want people to speak well of them down here, right? They built their life and built honor and glory down here. That's why all that hell doctrine killed, because the scriptures tell you that people are going to be shameful in the kingdom, man. Right? Matthew 5:19. You're going to have great in the kingdom of heaven. You're going to have least in the kingdom of heaven, man. Because these people chose the way of this world instead of choosing the way of Yahweh and Shah. Right? It says, for I knew that they would not hear me because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captives, they shall remember themselves. Right? So we're in the land of our captives right now. Right? Don't you see Jake waking up? Hell, the elect is being woken up each and every day. Just as Jake being sifted out, you have Jake waking up each and every day, man. Right? The Most High is gathering up that 144,000 each and every day in the land of our captives, right? But, right? You got Jake, right? You have Jake that 2/3. They're in that Stockholm syndrome, man. They're in that Stockholm syndrome, caught up in the ways of Esau, all in the churches, and they love it, man. Right? Elder Apostle Ramadan said something, and it hit me in the spirit deep because it's true, man. Right? They defend the hell out of that so-called white, the white Jesus. They defend the hell out of it. But as soon as we say, he's a so-called black man, we're doing the hate people. We anti-Semitic. We seem like evildoers. We seem like hatred people. And we know that's all the will Yahweh Shah, but it's sickening, man. That's why we ready to get out of this place. That's why we hastening for Yahweh Shah to come destroy this place. Because Jake need that ass whooping. Jake need to be woke up. It's like somebody being stubborn and you want them to figure out, like, yeah, I told you. Right? How we sitting? Hey, man, when Yahweh Shah gonna come? Hey, I told you, man, don't try to come to me now. Don't try to listen to me now, because we've been telling you over and over. Right? We'll go to this definition, right? This is Stockholm syndrome, right? Stockholm syndrome is a physiological coping mechanism that can develop in victims of captivity or abuse. And have we not been going through captivity or abuse for ever since we've been over here, man? We've been going through captivity or abuse. Just look what they was look they've been doing to the Northern Kingdom, man. You look they was just doing to the Northern Kingdom. Look what they've been doing to the Southern Kingdom forever. They still doing it, right? Look how the so-called black man got it hard now here. The women against you, all type of things, right? He says calling them to identify with and develop positive feelings toward their captors, man. And what is that? Going to church, worshiping Christianity, calling on JC, right? Giving into the ways of the white man, following the ways of the wicked, eating pork. They're doing all these things, right? Because Esau in control right now. Esau got the power right now. Most High put him in a power seat right now, right? He put them in the palace right now. See, the people not wise as the serpent harms the dove. See, the serpent is the cunning. What is that? In Revelations. Bear with me. Right here. Uh, uh, Revelation 12 and verse 9, right? That great dragon was cast out, that old serpent, right? That old serpent from the garden, man. That evil spirit that came unto what? That spiritual demon of doubt, man. That came unto Cain, right? And later came back to Esau, called the devil, because Esau was the physical sons and daughters of Satan, man. Right there, the physical sons and daughters of Satan. He said, called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. Who deceiving the whole world? Got everybody thinking that those phonies over there in Israel are the Israelites, right? Got everybody thinking that JC come back to save the whole world. But his name is not JC. His name is Yahushua. He only come back to save his elect. He not even come back to save the whole nation of Israel right now. He only come back for the elect. Those 2/3 going to be destroyed because why? They deceived by the devil. When this spiritual demon of doubt try to tell you Yahushua, he ain't go for it. He didn't go for it. Why? Because he understands the will. How about Yahushua? So like he understands the will of the Father, Yahweh. He understands power. He understands that he's in control of everything, right? But Jake don't understand that. Jake could give in to the devil. Jake could give in to his ways quick, man. Quick, right? He said, which deceiveth the whole world, he cast out. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast with him, right? What is it? Matthew 24 and 24, right? It says, for there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall show great signs of wonder, if it was so much, and so much that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. What that devil do, right? It's like Esau is the physical sons and daughters. Say they came out and deceived the whole world, but they can't deceive the elect. They can't deceive the elect because the elect got that knowledge of Yahweh outside, that spirit of Yahweh outside still in their mind, and they can't come against them, man. They can't come against this truth. You can't stop this truth. Right? If you're a true member of the hopeful elect, man, you're gonna strive, you're gonna push, and you wise as serpent. You see Esau trap, you see Esau things that he try to profess, you see the things that he do to try to keep people down. You see the seeds that he put in the melting pot to break the bones down of the people to get them caught up in it. You're not going for it, right? But once again, right, it says a physiological coping mechanism that can be developed in victims of captivity or abuse, man. Right? What was that? Bear with me, I know what it said. Isaiah, right? Isaiah chapter 5, right? Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, because they in that Stockholm syndrome. They get looking upon JC, they get looking upon Esau as a savior, man. They get looking for Esau for help and all these things, right? That's why they run into Esau ways. That's why they run into Esau thing. That's why they run into That's why they run into Esau churches, man. Right? Because Micah 2:10, depart for natural rest. The people are looking for a rest day in out. Right? Because why? They're in captivity and abuse. They working long hours, barely making it by, having hardship. Hey, have it hard out here. Jake got it hard out here. Right? But they don't understand. Only the elect understand about enduring that hardship, enduring that pain, enduring that stuff. But Jake looking for the easy way out. Right? Jake looking for the easy way. That's why the Most High said the narrow passage and the wide gate. It be very few that find the narrow passage. Even if they find it, it be very few that can stay on the narrow passage. Cause some of them quit. They can't take it. Right? They just go ahead and just give in to the easy route, give in to the way Esau eat on. He said, "Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Woe to them that are wise in their own eyes and prudent in their own sight. Woe to them that are mighty to drink wine and men of strength to mingle strong drink, which justify the wicked for reward and take away the righteous of the righteous from him," man. Right? They justify the thing. They love it, man. They love it, man. They love Esau Edom. They love him. Right? They love him, man. Right? Let's see. What is Micah 2? Right? I actually wanted to hit that Isaiah 5 in NLT, but I'm going to read this real fast. Right? It says, Woe to them that devise iniquity and work slack. Even Micah 3, slack, Micah 3, right? It says, and I said, I hear, O pray you, O heads of Jacob, and ye princes of the house of Israel, right? Is it not for you to know judgment, right? So is it not for Jacob to know the righteous things that Yahweh Shah? It says, who hate the good and love the evil, who pluck off their skin, from off them, who pluck off their skin from off them, and their flesh from off their bones, right? That's what Esau doing day in, day out, man. Cause Jacob in that Stockholm syndrome. He tearing Jacob more and more. He tearing Jacob more and more, man. Putting him in that melting pot. And the Most High is the greatest. He the big chef. He cooking it up. And watch they gonna be destroyed. They ain't doing nothing but tearing their bones apart. Because Ezekiel prophesied what? The bones came together through what? Through the knowledge and understanding of Yahweh Shah. The spirit coming upon them. Then you come like, because you ain't in the spirit, you in the congregation of the dead, you sleep, man. Right? Revelation 11:8, there's those dead bodies laying around. But when they wake up, those dead bodies come to life through the spirit of Yahweh Shah. Right? The dead bones. Ezekiel said he seen the skin come upon him. He seen the flesh come upon him. Right? But Esau, this melted pot, is tearing it off of him. Why? Because Jake in that Stockholm syndrome, they ain't doing nothing but giving into the ways of Esau. As he said, who hate the good and love the evil, who pluck off their skin from off them and their flesh from off their bones. Right? You got certain other false prophets who was breaking the bones apart. Because Ezekiel prophesied the bones would come together. Also talking about how people don't accept our true nationality and their ethnicity, man. Right? They got Jake confused so much. Jake calling Africa the homeland. But Africa was selling you to your enemies, man. Did the Most High say, oh, Tyrus and Zidon, right? You have sold them to the Grecians. The Grecians are Edomites. Then they ain't say he gonna recompense them for that, right? But Jake don't know nothing. Jake in that Stockholm syndrome. He starts seeing the good in Esau. Oh, well, he giving us EBT. Oh, well, they giving us jobs. They giving us these things, right? He says, who also eat the flesh of my people and flay their skin from off them, and they break their bones and chop them in pieces. As for the pot, as the flesh within the caldron. That caldron, man, it's a big pot, right? It's a big pot, right? It says the pot is talking about the melting pot, trying to bring our people back into the way of America. America is not our hope, man. America is not our rest. And once again, Micah 2:10, depart is not your rest, right? Jake looking for a rest so much, they're looking for anything. They're looking for anything. As soon as Esau say, that's why that chip gonna be the. It's like I want to go to Isaiah 5. That chip gonna be the breaking point for Jake, man. That chip gonna be the breaking point for Jake. As soon as Esau come out with it, they ain't trying to do too much fighting or arguing. They gonna get right into the chip, man. And that's all Esau doing is size you up, getting you weak, have you fall into their ways, right? Making you weak. What? Controlling your mind. What will that say? Right? You can keep it. Don't hurt the body, control the mind, right? It's Isaiah 5:20 in NLT. It says, what sorrow for those who say that evil is good and good is evil, that dark is light and light is dark, that bitter is sweet and sweet is bitter. What sorrow for those who are wise in their own wise and think themselves so clever. What sorrow for those who are heroes that drink you wine and boast about all the alcohol they can hold. They take bribes to let the wicked go free. Look at that. They take wives to let the wicked go free. What good's a man if he gain the whole world and lose his soul? They sell out. They sell out, man. And people think sell out just going to Illuminati. Nah, you sell out the money, cars, clothes. Oh, you chasing all that rather than getting this truth, right? The scriptures say, well, if you chasing knowledge, you chasing gold, man. Then you understand the fear of Yahweh Shah. I'm merely paraphrasing, right? Well, they take bribes and they take money. They sell out, man, right? It says, and let the wicked go free. It says, and they punish the innocent. Right? You see how they come against the prophet. You see how they come against the elder. You see how they come against the sick man in the truth. They come against them in hardship. They persecute and they hate them. They call them evildoers. Right? Because why? They in that Stockholm syndrome. They start falling in love with their captors, man. Right? They start to develop positive feelings toward their captors, man. They give in to those ways, man, because they confused. They lost. They gone off. Right? Now one more quick precept. Well, this wasn't gonna be no long one. I got one more quick precept. We got to head up here to dinner, right? So this is Jeremiah 4 and 22, right? It says, for my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are childish children. They have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good, they have no knowledge, man. They have no knowledge of Yahweh Shem Shai. They have the things that are pleasing to Yahweh Shem Shai made known to us. Is it not for Jacob to know judgment? Is it not for him? But why they in that Stockholm syndrome, right? The way of the wicked, the the it's like, what is that? The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduces them, man. Right? The wicked run his world. The wicked run his world. Job 9:24. The wicked run this place. Right? So if the wicked in rulership, what you think the people are? How you think the people moving? They're wicked as well, man. But Jake don't see the understanding when we tell them to depart. By the fact we can end with that. We tell them to depart, man. Get out of this place, right? It says, Micah 2:10, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with your destruction. But Jake don't see that, right? Jake looking for rest. They find rest in being here forever, trying to build wealth, trying to build a life. They don't understand all this shit temporary, right? What is that? 2 Peter 3:10 on down. This place can be burnt with February heat. So what type of life you think you should live? I'm really paraphrasing. They don't understand all this place is gonna be destroyed. They don't know America was set up. As soon as America came into power, it was gonna go into perdition. See, they don't understand. They don't got knowledge of how about Shah. Right? They love what Esau given. They in that Stockholm syndrome. They want to be smart and Esau knowledge. Right? So with that being said, Lord willing, the lesson was edifying and exalting. Right? And I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And shout out to the old elect, start with the 144,000. Shalom.